Good morning. It is Sunday, January the 8th, I believe. And this is going to be making the Instapot pulled pork. So, just to let you know, I've already preheated my Instapot on the brown saute mode. So this is the dry rub that I made in yesterday's video. And I bought a pork tenderloin at Sam's Club for about $13. This is 1/3 of it. And this is the rub. So we're going to sprinkle some on there. And just lovingly work it into the meat here. Notice I'm using the packet that it came in as a tray to rub it in. That way it won't get all over my counter. How many of you are familiar with the term mise en place? That's a French term for cooking. That means to have everything ready and prepared and ready to go. So I've got the top and bottom. Now we want to go all the way around, so we're going to do a little bit on the edge here. Now I know I'm handling the outside of that container with contaminated hands, but it's the outside, and when I'm done I will wash it and sterilize it. And so as not to waste my rub, I'll get the ends with what fell into the tray. One nice thing about the Instapot or the Crockpot Express, which is the one that I use, is it's a multi-purpose cooker. I've already preheated it. And I'm just going to brown it off a little bit here, because browning is flavor. So I'll show you down in the pot here. You can hear it sizzling away there. And I want to put it down there first and just leave it sit for a few minutes. This particular unit gives you the option of about 30 minutes of high heat to brown and saute. So you can see you've got meat stew, beans, chili, rice risotto, yogurt. Yes, you can make yogurt. Slow cook, steam, poultry, dessert. You can bake cheesecakes and things. Soups, multigrain, brown saute. You can preset start time. When it finishes the cooking time, it goes to keep warm. You can select high or low pressure, high or low temperature. And I like this because unlike the Instapot, which uses just a plain stainless steel insert, this has a non-stick liner. I've had this one for, gosh, going on 5 years. And if you are careful and use non-metallic tools, most of the time you'll find that you won't scratch your liner. I've got a few scratches in mine, but also, little tip, when I use the slow cooker function, not the pressure cooker function, I do use the Crockpot plastic liners, which makes it easier to clean up. Also, on the lid you have this silicone seal, And I ordered on Amazon replacement seals, the same ones that fit the Instapot fit this. You see the blue there. And if I'm making something sweet, I have a separate seal for that. I have 2 extra seals, plus one for savory, which the blue one is, and a white one, which is for sweet. And that way you don't get cross flavor contamination. So I just flipped it. You can see that beautiful caramelization there. Wish you could smell it. On high heat, that was about 3 minutes of caramelizing. While that's browning, back to mise en place. That means having all your dice done. If you have vegetables that are diced, have them cut up and prepared. Have your seasonings pre-measured into little cups or bags or what have you. Have all your tools laid out. Having everything ready in place. Also, clean as you go. Make your cleanup a whole lot easier at the end of the day. So, just little simple cooks. Now, I never been to school. The closest I ever came to cooking lessons was when I got put in the mess hall in boot camp for what we called service week, and I was there for 9 days, cooking for about 45,000 guys. Now, I've browned off both sides of the meat, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of water down inside here, just about a cup, because that roast will make its own. Will release a lot of liquid as it cooks. So now we set the lid on our pot, and it doesn't sing like the Instapot, which I would turn off anyhow. Now we're going to set it to meat and stew, high pressure. And I want this really, really, really falling apart tender. So we're going to do it for about 50 minutes. And I added hot water since the pot was already hot. The meat was hot. Added hot water. It should not take long to come up to pressure. And you'll notice I did seal the vent on the lid. This cutting board was made by my dad. Each one of those pieces individually glued. And there is, I think, 5 different kinds of wood in there. You can hear that's already started to build up pressure and steam. And it will hiss like that, and it has a safety pop-off valve that you'll hear a click when it seals, and that closes, and you won't be able to open the lid till it's done cooking and depressurized. The last price I saw on the 6-quart, which is what this is, Crockpot Express, is around $70 to $85, which is very competitive with the Instapot, maybe a little bit less expensive. I know they're under $100. Okay, that is already pressurized and has begun to do its thing. So we'll be back in 50 minutes to see what we're up against and how it's looking. Appreciate y'all.